know if you guys are anything like me, and I'm assuming you guys are. We're all Vol fans. We all bleed orange and white. We all live and die by every single moment with this football team. But I actually came away from the loss against the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday feeling better about this Tennessee team than I did going into it. And that doesn't mean I felt poorly about the Vols going into Saturday. I actually picked them to win the ball game. But still, what they showed me on Saturday night, especially offensively, it has me feeling a lot better about the rest of the season and this team's chances to compete and eventually possibly make the college football playoff. I got a lot to get into, okay? I got a lot to talk about on today's show. But I realized I didn't do something yesterday, okay? I forgot to thank all of you guys because we hit 5,000 subs earlier this week. And the coolest part is we only did it in 46 days. It only took us 46 days to get to 5,000 subscribers. That's a testament to how awesome this fan base is and how awesome you guys are. And if you have not joined us yet, do it today, okay? It's 100% free to do so, and you also get a daily video in return. We're growing fast, and I want you guys to be a part of it right here at Tennessee Football Talk. So what I felt best about from that loss against the Bulldogs was the Vols passing game, okay? And to feel good about it, I think we have to go back and we have to remember last season. Because last season, although you went to the college football playoff, although you only lost 2 games the entirety of the regular season, I think making the college football playoff overshadowed how awful this team's passing game was in 2024. Especially when it comes to the deep ball. How frustrating that was, okay? And I think a lot of it, we wanted to give Nico the benefit of the doubt. We didn't want to give up hope on him because we thought he was our future. Now it's obvious that he's not. But now we can look back to last year, see all those deep misses, and just scratch our heads how that happened consistently. And it happened in the biggest moments. Gage, we can show these. The deep ball miss in the first quarter against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Right? Another deep ball miss. This one's in the fourth quarter against Alabama. This one's on third down. You're going to see a pattern, okay? This next one, Florida. These guys are naked, wide open down the field, and I'll let you guess what doesn't happen. That's right, a touchdown or even a completion, okay? And we got used to this last year. And I don't want to put it all on Nico. This isn't a bash Nico segment today, but there also were just multiple wide receiver drops. Squirrel White had a big problem catching the football. Chaz Nimrod maybe had the biggest problem of anybody when it came to catching the football. And it seemed like with this offense last year, if it wasn't Dylan Sampson doing something, then nothing happened. Like, I think back to all those close games that we won. I'm talking Kentucky. I'm talking Florida. I'm talking the teams that this team I feel like would have absolutely destroyed, that we barely squeaked by against. And the reason we were able to squeak by was because of Dylan Sampson. And I felt like the year before that was similar as well. Like, this wasn't just a 2024 problem, but it also was a problem in 2023 as well. And I like Joe Milton a lot, but the last 2 years, it was inconsistent quarterback play and a lack of help from the wide receiver. That is the biggest staple and stamp of this offense over the last 2 seasons. The good thing is the third staple or stamp was that they had elite running backs. So you could overcome that in a sense. Passing offense, yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. 243 yards a game in 2023. I was 51st in FBS. 2024, that got even worse. 222.1.2 yards a game. That was 77. Guys, teams like Charlotte were passing for more yards a game than you last year. And I get it. Josh Heupel likes to run the rock. But he also likes to sling the pill as well. That's the thing about this Tennessee offense. It's balanced. You're going to get your chance to do both if you can have success in it and if you can take advantage of those opportunities. And so far through 2025, I mean, look at the improvement. 358.7 yards a game. Top 10 in FBS, sitting at number 7. Over 130 yards more a game through 3 games this season than last season. And over 100 and I can remember what it was, 110 more yards a game than the season prior, okay? But I want to specifically talk about the deep ball because it's not just the passing yards a game that I'm most impressed with, although that is impressive. The thing that separates this season from the last two is how accurate Joey Aguilar has been throwing that deep ball, okay? On yards that travel, on passes that travel 20 or more yards, look at the comparisons in these three quarterbacks. Aguilar, 9 for 13 with 7 touchdowns and an interception. He already has almost as many touchdowns of 20-yard or more passes than Nico did all of last season because he has 8. Had 8. He was 16 for 50, 2 interceptions. Joe Milton, 18 for 61 with 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Guys, it's not even close comparing these three quarterbacks. In Joey's statistics, his touchdowns are only through the first 3 weeks of the season. The reemergence of the deep ball changes everything. It changes everything with this offense, with how this team operates, okay? This is what makes Josh Heupel's offense so dynamic. He likes to pound the rock, but the reason he likes to pound the rock is so that it opens up these deep ball opportunities. And if you're not taking advantage of those, if you're not hitting on those, if you're overthrowing those like we showed you earlier, then your offense isn't going to be able to have success. Okay? And they've been able to do that this year. Before we continue on, I got to tell you about an awesome deal we got with our friends at Fanatics. I want to get you guys as dripped out as possible. And you can do it at a very cheap price. $27 to snag this UT sweatshirt. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/UT sweatshirt. I made it super easy for you. I put it in the comments and description of today's video. Engage, you can throw me full screen here. I want to make this point. Look, guys, I know you never will have too much Tennessee merch in your closet, okay? Believe me. My thing, me and my wife both went to Tennessee. We open it up. It looks like it's just puked orange in there. But it's very rare to find a deal this good. For just $27, chatsports.com/UT sweatshirt. Do it. You'll be happy you did. So if you can't hit the deep ball in Josh Heupel's offense, like the other team, they don't necessarily really have to worry about it, right? So what that means is they can put a little extra defenders in the box and focus on stopping the run. And if you could stop the run and this team can't hit on the deep ball, this offense is not going to be nearly as successful. This is what made Hendon Hooker so good. It's what they made that 2022 team so elite. Was because he didn't miss throwing deep. 30 for 68, 48.5% completion percentage on a whole season. 13 touchdowns as well. That led all of the SEC in throws that traveled 20 yards or more. But I will say, although Joey Aguilar is having similar success to the first 3 games, even though his numbers technically are mathematically greater than Hendon Hooker's were, it feels different. And I think the reason for that is because of Chris Brazzell. Okay? And I don't want you guys to hear me say that and get down in the comment section, Joey, what about Jalin Hyatt? Like, what are you talking about? Like, Hendon Hooker had a Chris Brazzell. His name was Jalin Hyatt. I want to be clear. I'm not saying that Hyatt wasn't good. I mean, he won the first Bolitnikoff in this program's history. Dude was a freak. But I also feel like if you go back and watch the film, a lot of Hyatt's deep ball touchdowns in 2022 were because of Heupel's scheme and the defense just making mistakes, leaving him wide open, and also his elite speed. And that's 100% a testament to the wide receiver that he is. But in my opinion, like, Chris Brazzell is a more physical wide receiver. He's a better jump ball wide receiver, which I feel like is going to be better for this team and better for the deep ball passing game in the long run because you don't have to necessarily rely on the defense to make a mistake. You don't necessarily have to rely on him burning a corner. If you throw it up to him, he's going to jump up and get it. And he did it in the Georgia game, right? Fought through the contact with this Georgia cornerback so much that the quarterback fell, he jumped up, he made the play, he caught the ball, he kept his balance, and he took it in the end zone. And then, of course, the play that was my favorite from that game was this deep ball. That's the definition, guys, of a 50-50 deep ball right there. And I said it on yesterday's show. When it comes to Chris Brazzell, 50-50 balls, they feel like 100-0. Because he's going to come down with them. What makes him so special is he's got unteachable height at 6'5". He's an elite route runner. I should have gotten a screenshot of the film, but if you guys haven't seen it, he had an awesome, 15-yard comeback route where he absolutely broke the Georgia cornerback's ankles. He has great long speed. Maybe not elite speed like Jalen Hyatt, but it sure is good enough. His contact balance is great, right? When he gets hit, he doesn't fall. He fights through contact, and he's got high point ability like we haven't seen in a Tennessee wide receiver maybe since Cedric Tillman, and before that, maybe since Juwan Jennings. That's just the truth. And Aguilar's passer rating when he's targeting Brazzell is 158.3. And I don't know if y'all know much about passer rating, but it doesn't go higher than that number. That is the max you can go. That's the highest passer rating you can have. And when he's targeting Brazzell, it peaks out. So to wrap things up, if this connection continues, it's going to break this offense wide open. Okay? Wide open. And it will change the course of this season. From a team that, I think before that Georgia game, we were going into that saying, yeah, we could maybe win this one. But there's still going to be a lot of games that are very, very losable. While that might still be the case, I think we all have our sights set on something bigger this season than we did before that one. And it's because of how good those two connections is. Be the professor for me, okay? Act like you're an HSS right now. Maybe you're in Ayers for a math class. Maybe you're in Strong for a science class. I don't know. Just grade Chris Brazzell through 3 weeks of play so far, A, B, C, D, or F. That's going to do it for today's show. Make sure you guys have me followed on social media. You can find me Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. TikTok's almost at 700 followers. Okay, we're growing pretty rapidly there. Make sure you get me at Joey_Vols. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that changes today. YouTube.com/Vols. Talk daily videos, all 100% free. Y'all get the gist. And if you have enjoyed,